For those of us who were born in the 1970s, multimedia and technology was still kind of limited. In those days, just about the only type of media that was available to most of us was the 8-track cassette, vinyl records, radio, television, and the VHS. Eventually, Atari made its appearance and swept the nation with Pac-Man fever. If we look back at the technology and the entertainment media that was developing in the 70s and 80s, it's clear to see that the Russian-US space war had a clear influence. Many of the shows from that era, like Robotech, Battlestar Galactica, and Star Wars, had definitely left an impression on me. And I believe that is why I have chosen to go into the multimedia technology. I can also say that these shows have influenced my multimedia art. For example, the soundtrack. In the 1990s, I decided to become a portrait photographer. But in the late 1990s, I decided to move to New York City, where I was bombarded by technology and multimedia. September 11, 2001, our cities and our nation were under attack. And many lives were lost that day. That day I decided to spring into action, and on my way to ground zero, I decided to grab my camera on the way out. However, on the way out, I decided to stop and leave the camera behind. I couldn't help myself. I had this overwhelming feeling of intrusion, of invading people's privacy. So I decided to leave the camera behind. When I got to ground zero that day, I witnessed such devastation. I'll never forget the heat, the smell, the devastation. In some strange way, I felt like I was in the middle of a movie scene. But I did learn one valuable thing that day. I will never get caught without a camera or some sort of recording device. Incidents like that need to be documented. Things like that need to be viewed by the world, not for its carnage, but for its travesty. Now that I find myself back in New Mexico, I am starting to become a multimediaist. What does that mean? That means that I am trying to get multiple degrees in multimedia technology, cinematography, graphic arts, web design, creative media, broadcasting, and journalism. I can't say it's been time wasted because I am really enjoying myself learning all these new technologies, creating art, and creating art.
Wow. Do you guys need a drink or do you guys need a room? Anyways, this is for the hottie. No, it's for the hottie at the tie. It's from the guy over here on my left.
Oh, thanks.
Ah, so you're gay.